Woo, hello everybody, how are you? So today's kind of for me a drama-free day, except for, you know, I just got out the shower because I didn't want to put Dustin on a dirty ass. And then we got Cam, and Clay is getting a shirt because he's like, oh, that's cool. I was like, you want one? He's like, yeah, I'll wear pink. I said it comes in different colors. But I get a pink one just to be an asshole. I'm going to do it. But anyway, woo, woo. Anyway, I thought it was adorable, so Clay's going to be getting one. What color did you want, honey? Orange? Blue. I should have known blue. That was dumb. Silly question. I know. When Clay buys me an eyeshadow palette, he makes sure his blues are in there. And yes, my husband does buy me makeup. He does. It's okay, though. He always picks out really good shit. Anyway, so let's move along. I have a few questions that I seen in my last video that I would like to answer. So I thought they were very good questions, and more than one person asked those questions. So I'm like, obviously this is a question we would like to learn. And this is referring to my story time video. So if you guys didn't watch that, you can head on over and watch that. I just still have to laugh. I didn't want to put Dustin, oh my God, my son, I'm sorry, Dustin. My son's name is Justin, and I do that. I've been good lately, though. I have been good. It's been a while. But anyway, he's on a clean person. Anyway, clean. All right, so number one, was I afraid to have more children after I had Billy? And damn camera. And I found out that, you know, obviously he was Down syndrome. No, actually I wasn't. It did not really come into my mind. It did not faze me. And then I had my second son, Justin. And then when I left the boy's father and I got married to my daughter's father, he was concerned because my ex-husband has cerebral palsy. And he was concerned with his disability, but his was because of forceps. You know, back in the day, they used forceps, and there was a lot of births that caused, you know, or forceps that caused cerebral palsy. Okay, so that is why he ended up with that. So I told him, I tried to explain to him, you know, no, that's obviously not genetic. Don't worry about it. It's fine. And then I had Miranda. Miranda was my birth control for 7 years. No, actually, no, I'm not. But if you guys don't know my daughter Miranda, she is, she does have bipolar. She is bipolar, bipolar depression. And I knew when she was approximately 3, something was kind of like, I'm like, wow, she threw different kinds of fits. I mean, she really did. I mean, it wasn't your typical temper tantrum that normal toddlers would throw. I mean, she went hardcore. I mean, one time we left the playground because it was time to go, and we put her in the car, and she was, I want to say she was 4 or 5, maybe 4. But literally, this girl did not only throw a temper tantrum, but she was pulling her own hair. She was kicking my ex-husband and, you know, like the headpiece for the car seat, you know, for the car, kicking the head thing for the car. She was spitting. It was just, it was a completely, it was a temper tantrum that I had never seen from a child. So she was a tough cookie. God bless her. She really was. Hold on. I'm trying to tighten this because I feel like it's loose. But anyway, she was a tough cookie, but she turned out to be absolutely wonderful and fantastic. I went through the ringer, but you know what? We have grown, and she's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful girl. And we had the highs and the lows, but you know what? I wouldn't trade any of it for a second. Same thing with my children. So anyway, let me revert back to the story. I apologize. So my ex-husband was concerned. Then I had a Jerry Springer life. Y'all asked, and I am not going to tell you no lies, or I ain't going to sugarcoat it, okay? I had a Jerry Springer life. That's why I don't come out here trying to be holier than shit, because I am not, okay? I had me some life experiences. I did. Then me and my ex-husband, we had separated. I got into a different relationship, and then therefore there comes Miss Holly, which has Down syndrome also. Okay, So it didn't work out with the rebound guy, which, true story, he is now married and lives in Houston. Is it Houston? Does Gary live in Houston, Texas?
I believe so, yeah.
I think he does. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I haven't seen him in God so many years. But anyway, so I got back together with my ex-husband, and lo and behold, woo boy, I was pregnant with Megan. And I knew I was pregnant before the test said I was pregnant. I was like, oh shit. I knew it. And I didn't expect it. I didn't expect it. That was, y'all know what I mean. I didn't expect it. Like, I wasn't using birth control. What the hell do you expect, right? So anyway, yeah. So anyway, surprise, I'm pregnant with Megan, and I knew it. That's, I decided when I had, some people asked, you know, why did I stop at 5? Well, one person asked, why did I stop at 5? Because at that point, I had had 5 children. I was pregnant with number 5. And I had 2 that were disabled, and I knew Megan was perfectly fine. The only one I ever had an amniocentesis with was Holly. But anyway, the reason why I decided to get my tubes tied is because, girl, 5 was enough. Okay, I looked at it in a financial aspect. I had to fight tooth and nail to get my tubes tied. Literally, I had to fight tooth and nail because I was only 26 years old. They made me go to counseling. They made me sign so many times. I had to sign like every prenatal visit. I had to sign. I had to sign before they rolled me back into surgery to take her via C-section, because my last 2 I had to have C-section because Holly they had to take out immediately. Otherwise, she would have passed. So I am thankful, and if you don't believe in miracles, I will make a video of why you should, because Holly is a everyday miracle. So I will be making videos on some story times of my life and things in my life, and hopefully if I can give you guys just experiences or whatever, because I am not coming at you at holier than shit, because girl is not. I had my first baby when I was 16 and he was 22, because at that age I was like, ooh, he's got a car. Girl. Anyway, moving along. I had to fight tooth and nail to get my tubes tied, and they did not want to do it because they were like, well, what if you want more kids? I was like, listen, I have 5. And finally, the lady, the counselor, was really, really nice. She was like, well, explain to me why you don't want to have any more kids. I said, well, if you give me the money to put them through college, I will be more than happy to keep scooping them out. I said, I will be a popcorn maker. I will be a Pez dispenser. Signed. She signed right off at it because she knew I was thinking in the right frame of mind. She knew I wasn't just like, oh, I don't want to have any more kids. I was thinking logically. You know, it's like you have to support 5 children. You have to put food in their mouth, clothes on their back, a roof over their head. It just doesn't, you know, there is no money tree, although it would be nice, but, you know, there's no money tree. So I had to be extremely responsible with child number 5 and say, yeah, this is it. So that is why I stopped. I was not afraid to have any more children that were disabled. I mean, Holly. Now, did I baffle the doctors? Yes, I did. I did. But I also did, I went through this thing called karyotyping to make sure that it wasn't, you know, because I'm the only one in my family that has Down syndrome children. So I always say I like to be special. I like to be different. So when the doctors ask me about it, I say because I'm special and different. And that's why I have 2 wonderful children with Down syndrome, because God blessed me twice. So, well, he blessed me 5 times. But anyway, so that is why I stopped. And it was a journey, and it was, but man, I had to sign when they pulled Megan out. Before they tied my tubes, I had to sign again. Could you imagine though? Here's a funny story time. I'm on the table, you know, my eyes are, you know, I'm fine because I'm awake during the C-section. Your arms are strapped out like this and stuff, and you hear the doctor say, oops. What do you mean, oops? I'm like, oops, what? Did you drop the baby? I mean, what the hell happened? You know, I'm like starting to panic because the doctor's operating on me and I hear, oops. She said, oh, I cut your left tube too short. That'll be really hard to reverse. I said, I don't give a shit if you take it out. I don't care. So that was the oops. But man, that gave me a heart stroke. Woo, girl. Anyway, so yeah, I am, you know, I fought my way through a lot of battles. I made a lot of judgments that weren't the best in my life, you know, and I learned from each and every judgment that I made. I don't regret none of my judgments, though, because I do not regret not a single one of my children. I think they're wonderful and amazing. And yeah, I'm a little bit of a Jerry Springer girl, but I ain't one of those fuckers on a TV show like I don't know who my baby daddy was. No, 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 no. Don't get me twisted. That ain't the case. Yes, that is so not the case. I always knew who my baby daddy was. I just, you know... Okay, so I just thought I'd add in that little life funniness. But anyway, to end up this part of the Q&As, I did not have any genetics. Everything came back fine with me. What they said was, because I'm like French-Canadian with some German, with some Polish or some whatever. I'm a whole hot mess of different. The fathers to the children are both German, and they said that those two German heritages that we both are, this is the genetic counselor, not myself, can sometimes not mix well. I'm like, okay, that's your explanation. I'm okay with that. I don't need an explanation. They're here, they're lovely, I don't care why they're here. They're just here because I love them. Anyway, so it makes no difference to me. But as a mother, I did the responsible thing, and I had Justin, Miranda, and Megan all tested to make sure that they were okay, that they did not carry any gene, myself and others, because as a mother, I had to be responsible for when they got older, and I do already have one grandchild, my older son, my second oldest child, Justin. I have a granddaughter. Her name is Addison. She is beautiful. Anyway, and she's perfectly fine. But I had to tell them, you know, that if something came back in, you know, their genetics, I would have to tell them when they got older as a responsible mother. But all three were tested. Megan was tested when she was a baby. So, and then she was retested at the age of 5, just because they wanted to make sure because she was so little. But anyway, so that's my story. So yes, the children were tested to make sure that it wasn't, you know, and would my children care if they had a Down syndrome child? No, they wouldn't care. They would love them just like they love their brother and sister. So, I mean, yes, I did the responsible thing as a parent, but my children, I don't think would really be upset, but they know there's no, you know, they don't have any, what do they say? There's no Russian roulette, you know, whatever. There's no percentage chance. It does not apply to them because it's not in the genetics. So I felt it due diligence to answer these guys' questions because they were very good questions that I wanted to add, or that wanted to answer. And I hope that did answer about, like, was I scared to have more children? You know, why did I stop at 5? I was thinking logically. And did I, you know, is there anything that runs in the family genetic-wise or whatever? No. So I hope that does answer your question. Again, if you have any more questions, feel free to leave them in the comments, and I'm going to start doing some story time videos, and then when I get questions on them, I will do follow-up answer videos. So I hope that answers your questions. If you think less of me, that's okay. I understand. I had a little bit of a Jerry Springer life, but I have learned a lot in that Jerry Springer life. Let me assure you, I have learned a lot, and I've survived a lot. Kisses.